Proverbs 17:9 reminds us that love thrives when we choose to forgive, but holding on to any offense can drive a wedge between even the closest friends. Forgiveness means putting your pride aside, and pride is something we all wrestle with. We often want to be right, standing our ground and refusing to back down until we win. But that stubbornness can cost us dearly, damaging friendships and relationships, and if we're not careful, leaving us isolated. So, what does the Lord teach about forgiveness? In Matthew 6:14 through 15, we're told that if we forgive others their wrongs, our Heavenly Father will forgive us. But if we refuse to forgive, we should not expect to be forgiven ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's my mom used to tell me, really, you're giving them that power by holding on to unforgiveness. That they're moving on in life. They don't even, a lot of times people don't even realize they do it. And sometimes, they do, but they continue to move on in life. And when we continue to harbor and hold on and to let it fester and grow, we're allowing them to control that aspect of our life and rob us of joy and rob us of different, special moments because we just can't get over it. We can't get past it. And, that really struck me because I was like, man, I don't want to give them any more power. I don't want them to have that.
Yeah. Don't take that from me.
Yeah, I don't want you to take anything else from me. And so, yeah, I truly believe, and I've done a lot of teachings on unforgiveness causing sickness. When you hold on to unforgiveness, or when that moment pricks you, and it's just like a wound, you get cut and it's just a small cut, but if you don't take care of it and you get it dirty and you allow it to fester and get bigger and it gets infected and it just then consumes your own hand, and sometimes you get gangrene and then you have to have your whole hand removed. And that's how it is with unforgiveness. It just becomes a prick, and we have the choice at that point to ask Jesus to come and just remove it from us, and he will. Or no, I want to hold on to it. Like you said, it's a prideful thing. Like, right. No, they need to apologize to me. They were the ones who were in the wrong. I was not.
Yes.
And you're only hurting yourself. And let me tell you, I'm not a pro at forgiving. So, disclaimer in all of this, I am not saying I am a professional. I just let it go and let it roll off my back. I have gotten better. I will say that. Because it's just not worth it. I've learned, and over the years, I don't want you to rob me of these special moments I have with my family. So I'm just going to let it go. Like in that aspect, you've made the choice that obviously in different scenarios, our friendship wasn't really worth it to you. I wasn't that special to you. My kids didn't mean that much to you. So I'm just going to let it go. I don't have the time. Now I'm going to vent. I'm going to have that blah all over, most likely my husband in that moment. And he's always going to try to fix it. Just listen to me. But
oh my gosh, say that louder for the ones in the back. If I had a nickel.
No, I don't need you to fix it. I just want you to listen. That's it. Just listen. Yeah, but once I let it out, and usually give me a minute, I'm like, man, it's just not worth it. They're not worth it.
No, and sometimes I need to be talked off the ledge.
Oh, yeah.
Because
wise counsel.
It's just, it gets really exhausting to hold on to something and to let it take over your daily thoughts. There have been times in the past when, especially whenever they're close friendships, and there's always two sides to every story.
Oh, yeah.
That's always true. There's two sides to every story. And it doesn't matter, how hard one tries to keep things private and the other one just has to I don't even want to say tell everybody, but it's like you tell one person and
They
then
want
it's
their
like,
side
yes,
heard.
they want to be heard.
You got to hear my side first before the other side gets out,
yes.
so you know that
and
I was
then
right.
over here, this other person feels, well, now I have to defend myself. And then it turns into this whole ugly situation that could have been settled if we were just adults about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times that has happened. And it's sad because it ruins friendships, relationships, family, whatever it might be. But, I have a really hard time letting some things go. And if I let it fester in my head, like I can hear the enemy just being like, how dare they do that to you?
Yeah.
Like, how could she say that? Why would they go there after everything that y'all been through? And it's like, then I have to like go to my husband and be like, you know what? How dare they?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. And he's, sometimes he's like, yeah, I get it. And then there's sometimes, I'm not going to lie, he's like, you know what? You're right. But man, after a while, it just, both of us, after I go to my husband all the time to vent. So I feel like after he and I have that vent session, we just kind of look at each other and we're like, all right. But at the end of the day, we're better than that. We're working on ourselves. We're in a different place. And we need to just be better. Right. We need to be better people.
You want, because at the end of the day, what kind of person do you want others to see you as? Are you the one that jumps so quick to spew all this stuff, or they're like, oh, I would never have known that because, Jessica just went on with her day and I've never even heard anything out of her mouth about it. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of the day, to me, it always feels better to be like, yeah, I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't know anything. And I'm glad you didn't think that I was the first one to come and spew and all the things. And, one huge moment in Austin in my life, we were living in East Texas. We had gone to be youth pastors, and, I'm not bad mouthing anybody. Pretty much everybody who knew us knows this whole situation because it was made so public and not by our choice. We did not choose. And I think that's why it stung so much more, because when we went to East Texas, we went as youth pastors, never been youth pastors before. And we went and met the pastors of the church, and they were great people. I mean, they were those like, we're just going to take you in and love you like family. And everything was great until we didn't do exactly what they wanted. Mm. And that did not go over well. Mm-hmm. And not that we were trying to be anything, but Austin and I had just come to a point in our lives. We had held ourselves to a higher standard. We're not going to get involved in the gossip. We're not going to talk about all of it. And they didn't like that. And it just was different situations. And the biggest one was at the Super Bowl. And, I just lost her name. The one who, she sings, she's the very eccentric one and is very well known for devil worshiping. And
Beyonce?
No. She can sing insane. She plays the piano. What is her name?
Oh, Lady Gaga?
Yes.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm telling you, my brain.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
So Lady Gaga was doing halftime show, and we were all at a friend's house together, and, Peyton was young, Stratton was young, and we just weren't going to watch it. We weren't going to make a big scene about it. So we just got him. We're like, we're going to go outside for a little walk. Did not go over well. They had a teenage daughter, and how dare they? I mean, it was this whole thing, and we're like,
how dare y'all walk out?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was wild. Oh, okay. But we were we were trying so hard with all of it. Like, we're not going to talk bad. We're not going to. We had so many people who would come to us and we'd be like, no, we don't see that side of them. We don't see this. Well, to fast forward through it all, it finally all came out. We were at children's pastor's house and it was like, yeah, he wants y'all gone, but he'll never fire you. He just wants you to mess up so you'll leave. And I was done.
Oh, wow.
Done. Like the fact that y'all were all sitting around talking about that and me, I got up and I'm not, anybody who knows me, I am not allowed confrontational, throw the table, like anything like that. I usually like will sneak away quietly. Oh, I was livid. I was livid because we had bent over backwards to try to defend them, to turn around. I was just done. So we left and they're like, don't leave like this. Like, no, you done did it. Like, I'm done. There's nothing else to discuss. We're done. We're leaving. We will give him what he wants. We will quit and walk away. And
oh my gosh,
that's exactly what we did. And then we found out we're expecting triplets. I mean, it was all in the thick of all of it. But God knew, I knew he was going to take care of us because we had tried to do the right thing through all of it. And even when we, Austin was respectful about it, I went straight to San Angelo to my parents' house. I said, I don't ever want to see them again. I don't want to look at them. I will never step foot in that church again. And so Austin did, though. He stayed. He went to church that Sunday. He told the pastor he needed to talk to him Monday, and he gave his resignation. And I mean, we tried to do it the respectful way, and yeah, and people,
oh my gosh.
I mean, you talk about, because it was a small little town in East Texas, and people, what happened to this? I mean, stories just start coming out, and I was teaching at the high school at the time, and we would just like, now is our time. God's moving us. Well, what happened? We know something happened. We're like, it's time. It's just our time. And then they started talking. And so we had several families follow us out of the church. And they're like, we loved y'all. Y'all were amazing. We can't do this anymore. We're out. I'm like, well, if that's on you, your choice with God, do not do it because we're leaving. But I will tell you, I was angry and hurt and rejected for a long time. It was especially hard because I was still teaching, so I couldn't just leave.
Yeah.
And so possibly running into them, and I mean, it was just a thing.
With it being a small town too, you
knew
man, it was going to happen.
It was rough, but I would cry because I just didn't understand. If somebody does something, if we had done something, it makes it a little easier. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But we hadn't done anything. And so then you're questioning, well, did we even hear God when we came here? Did we mess up by bringing our kids here? What? And all the things. And so it was a very long process of forgiveness. And it was probably several years. And my mom said that when you can finally hear their names and you don't feel that inside of you, that you've forgiven. And it took a long time before that you'd say their names. I'm like, I'm like, okay, let's go back to the prayer closet. Like, because it is a miserable thing to hold on to, but it's not an easy thing to just forgive.
No. Well, and your story, not that exact situation, but I mean, that's why a lot of people just leave the church.
1000%.
Because of different situations. I have a friend that she left the church when she was young, and her mom, I believe, was in the youth. She was teaching in the youth, and the girls in the youth just came down on her one day in front of her mother. And it was so traumatizing for her. Like, she's never even had the want to go back.
Yeah.
And that's what's upsetting, is that, people forget it's not Jesus that has hurt our feelings. It's the people that are in this church. And that's one thing that we have to understand too. And our church has talked about it a lot, actually, is don't go to church for the people.
Right.
Like, don't even really go to church for the pastor.
Right.
Like, do I love my pastor?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
do. But he's not going to be the main reason that I attend that church.
Right.
We go to that church because when we're there, like, we feel the Holy Spirit when we are there.
Yeah.
So, and Manny and I have talked about that too. Whenever, because we're both in the ministry. So if that day ever comes when we feel like it's turned into a job rather than,
yeah,
yeah, growing our relationship with Christ, then we probably need to take that step back.
Right.
But we just need to remember that, man, like, don't leave Jesus.
Right.
Like, if that church isn't working, go to a different one. And I'm sure that's what y'all did. Like, you're singing in a different church here in San Angelo.
Yeah.
It's not like they scared you out of the church,
right?
Which is great.
Yeah, we had a choice, and everybody has a choice in
There's that
moment.
word again, choice.
Yeah. It's that crossroads that you come to of, I can either turn my back because if this is what Christian looks like, I don't want anything to do with it. Or we can rise above it and say, no, we want people to see really what Jesus, we're to be his hands and feet. It's not a competition. And a lot of it stems from jealousy. That's where so many ugly things comes from, is jealousy, insecurities, not being happy with where you are, not being happy with your marriage, and throwing those things at somebody else to take eyes off of you. And you have that choice in that moment to say, okay, I'm either going to draw closer to God and try this somewhere else, or I'm out. Like, I don't want anything to do with this, especially when you're dealing with pastors who are doing this. Not that they are perfect people, but you are held to a higher standard. That's just the truth of it. When you're in ministry, you're held to a higher standard. But even all of us as Christians are supposed to be. Scripture tells us, you can't be in the world, but not of the world. And a lot of people like to argue those different things. But if you were to watch your pastor walk out at a bar Saturday night, I guarantee you're not going to go on Sunday morning and be like, oh, preach to me.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
It just really is.
Well, and, sometimes it feels like, there are those people that are just waiting.
Oh, yeah.
They're waiting for you to be somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Absolutely. And they want to catch you.
Yes. I know whenever we started this podcast, Manny was like, you need to make sure that he's like, you need to make sure that you're on your best behavior. And I'm like, it's going to be fine.
I am still human. I am not perfect. I do not have wings on my back. Yeah. No, definitely not. I would say starting this podcast has been, it's funny because every time we talk about a topic, I feel like these things come flying at me that it's like, okay, well, how are you going to handle it right here?
Yeah.
I mean, like, thing after thing the last week or so, it's like, well, are you going to hold on to it, or are you going to forgive them? Like, they misspoke, are you going to forgive them? They got mad at you or your family, are you going to forgive them? That it's like, okay, I see you, I hear you, let me walk it, okay.
Stop yelling at me.
Yes, I know. It does feel like it, like it's just like bing, bing, bing. And especially when it's, with our kids, and we're trying to teach our kids, okay, you're not always included in things, and it sucks, but you got to just worry about you. Don't hold on to it. Don't make it something that it's not, because you don't know. You don't know exactly what they're dealing with at home. You don't know exactly what they're struggling with, and they're just taking it out on you because sometimes they feel the safest. Not that that's okay.
Yeah.
And yes, like I think you had said it earlier, with when things happen and you're like, wow, I thought our friendship was more than that. Like, to allow something so small turn you away from me, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So mind-blowing. And not that you want to diminish their feelings, I get it, but I would feel like we were stronger And I guess I wasn't. I had more invested in it than you did.
Yeah.
And that is hard because I am I used to be. I'm an all-in kind of friend. I'm going to give you all.
Yeah.
And there were several years where I was just on an island because I thought, there's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even want to attempt to let you in. I'd rather be by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so now trying to find the balance of not getting your feelings hurt when people don't reciprocate that can be challenging.
Yeah. You know, I had shared on Facebook that clip from The Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching that episode. I've probably watched that show 2 or 3 times over just because, I mean, it hits different every time.
Well, it's so interesting to see,
Yeah.
to think, I know it's not real, obviously, but it brings a picture. I'm such a picture imagination person.
Yes.
So seeing that
Mm-hmm.
and being like, that would have fit. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been. So
Yeah.
yes, I get it.
So the first time we ever watched that show, it was last year when we were in our church cantata for the first time. And Manny was playing Nathaniel. So when he was told that he was playing Nathaniel, he was like, okay, great. Who's Nathaniel?
Yeah.
So we had already started watching the show, and you know, I think the next episode, or it was pretty close after, we meet Nathaniel in the show. So after that, he was sucked in and he was invested. Yeah. But then what I like about the show is all of the real situations that are in this show. So when you watch it, you're like, man, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So the part where it's time for Peter to forgive Matthew, that was one of those episodes where I was like, I was like ugly crying because first of all, Matthew was like my favorite character in the show. But that besides that,
I know. He is so great.
It was such a real situation. And then my favorite part of that was Peter sitting down with Jesus and being like, why do I have to apologize when he's the one that did me wrong? Like, after everything that he did to me, like, I'm supposed to just be okay with this and just forgive and forget it. That's what I'm supposed to do. And Jesus is like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like if Jesus at that specific time were to look at me and go, yeah,
oh man,
I'd have been like, you're nuts.
Yeah, I know.
You're crazy if you ever think that I am going to forgive somebody that has done me wrong.
I know.
Because you start thinking about not only friendships, but man, like, you get hurt by family.
No, that's the deepest. Yeah.
Yes, and you get hurt by different people, and I don't, there's so many situations. I don't even want to bring them up. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot in my life, and it took a lot of years to forgive a certain situation. And it was one of the situations where I thought I was okay. Like, enough time has gone by now where I'm fine.
Right.
And then Facebook memories popped up. And I'm like, oh, there it is again,
Yeah.
And it took like years into my relationship with Manny to even tell him about it, because nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about it. And so that was really, really tough. So in that episode, that was one of my first thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
Because I can't rest, like, my heart can't rest until I forgive. Now, as far as that other person, like, I don't have to look at that other person and say, I forgive you.
No,
I don't.
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I agree.
So whatever he does on his end, that's their
You have
deal.
to protect your peace.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's very, very important.
I just refuse to allow things in my past that have offended me or hurt me travel with me to heaven.
Right.
And then I'm looking at Jesus and he's like, why didn't you just forgive?
Yeah, just let it go.
Like after everything that you and I have been through, like that's all you had to do was just forgive.
Yeah. I mean, look, the people killed Jesus.
Yeah.
Put him on a cross for no reason. And his words are, forgive them.
Yeah.
For they know not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
If he can forgive us, I mean, it is mind-blowing. And like I said, I'm not a pro. I do know I don't want it to rob me of my joy any longer. And I have had some, and I know, like you're saying, some deep, deep cuts that even as a kid, and a lot of them came from church, which is so wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
It's so wild. And just to think, why? All I'm trying to do is either sing, and that was a big thing with me being on the stage at a young age. I was the cousin, and it was just one after another. You think you're too good for us. You think, and it was just a battle after battle. And my parents have apologized to this day, saying they probably should have just removed me. But I would not be who I am today if they would have just removed me. If they wouldn't have taught me in the moment, we don't run away from this because you didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my biggest thing. I didn't do anything. I'm not going. You got an issue. That's on you.
Yeah.
And that is, even to this day, I don't understand time and time again why. I mean, we could go on and on with this because it is so challenging when you just don't understand why. I'm not coming for you. I do not pin my kids up against you. Mm-hmm. I am not trying to make my kids stand up and be better than you by any means. I'm not trying to have the magical, amazing marriage to outshine you. And so when people it's just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And we will exhaust ourselves trying to get it.
Yeah.
One thing that I am thankful for is the closer that I get with Christ, the easier it is to let go.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's harder than others, but I haven't perfected it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever will.
No.
Because it is something that I struggle with, especially when it comes to obviously my kids, but my husband. Like, I poke fun at my husband all the time. I talk mess about my husband. I argue with my husband. I love my husband, but he's my husband.
Right.
Like, when it comes to something that is happening to my husband,
yeah,
I get super protective, and I have to sit there and be like, I need to calm down.
Yes.
This is too much.
Yep.
And, sometimes, again, it takes him talking me off the ledge and being like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
Oh, I'm the same. When I see any kind of reaction from him, from things that are said, I'm like,
yeah,
you
go get
you're
my
big.
purse.
Well, I mean, it's like why couldn't you come say it to his face?
Yeah.
Why are you going to talk about it behind our back?
Yeah.
What? Come on, let's have an adult conversation.
Yes.
If you don't like what's taking place, let's talk about it. But I don't know. All I can think about is one of the main things, like sports. When you have kids in sports,
yeah,
and you don't like that they're not getting the playtime, or you don't like that so-and-so, you're not going to find me sending a text to the coach. And everybody's different. But Austin and I, whether it's playtime, whether any of those things, we are very, very passionate about teaching our kids to be mentally strong and then to fight.
Yes.
Don't ask me to come fix it for you. There are moments when I want to, and I got to rein myself in because that's not going to help them. And so when people come and do those things, you then take offense for your kid because you're like, well, I didn't text the coach or I didn't step up because this is our belief. And yet your kid's getting to play over mine.
I know.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I went on a whole different rabbit trail with it. But you then could pick up offense for your kids is kind of where I'm going. And it's just not worth it. And I see too often too many people picking up offense for their kids, especially from people when we step back and I can say most of Peyton's coaches come from a place of they love these kids. I've seen it. I've seen the dedication to them. And, you know, my husband coaches Little League, and he loves those kids and he just wants them to succeed. And so sometimes that passion, because Austin's very passionate, comes out in a way, and some of the other coaches are too. But if they've taken the time to build a relationship with my kid, yell all you want.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make them better. You know them enough to know when you can yell and when you can't yell. And if they're not doing what they're supposed to, I don't want them to keep doing the same thing over and over and not getting any better. And like I said, no, yes, there are moments when we get in the car and Austin and I are like, no.
Yeah.
But we're not going to pick up the phone. We're not going to have those conversations unless it's a coach being, you know, downgrading and talking ugly, which we've never experienced that. And, you know, Austin is the most intense to my own kid. And so there are moments when, okay, I don't want him to hate the game, like calm down just a little.
Yeah.
But I do know he just wants him to be better, as well as all of them out there. He just wants him to be better. And that comes out in intensity, but then he's going to turn around and tell them how amazing they were.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I've seen with Peyton's coaches. Yeah, there were a lot of times when she didn't get to play. She didn't get that spot she wanted, but I'm not going to sit and tell her, oh, let me pick up the phone or let me send this dirty message of how terrible they are.
Yeah.
Get down to the barn and work extra. Go put in the work and show them that they made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be the same mindset. And I've probably offended. We probably lost all of our viewers.
Yeah. Like, well, we've just lost everything.
Sorry.
No, but you're right though. And we've said the same thing to our kids. And, you know, life is hard. You know, we tell our girls all the time, we are not going to be there to rescue you out of everything. Like, you are going to have to figure it out. And if it gets hard, you're not going to quit.
Right.
But man, like, learn from this situation.
Yeah.
You know, and
let it fuel you instead of defeat you.
Yeah. Yeah. And my kids, oh my gosh, my kids call me out all the time. And, you know, I don't think they realize how much they influence even some decisions that I make. And again, we go back to the whole forgiveness thing. Like, they hear conversations with my husband, even though they shouldn't, they do. And so the next time I am in front of whoever the person is that I am struggling with at the moment, you know, I say, hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Fill them with kindness.
Yes, and then we get in the car.
That's fake mom.
We get in the car and Emmy's like, Mom, I thought blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Emmy, you know, although it's hard, like, I have to be better. Right? I have to be better, because what kind of Christian would I be if I can post it on Facebook and I can talk about it here on the podcast and I can go to church and raise my hands and ask for forgiveness and God bless me and all these things, and then but I can't turn around and say hi. You know, that's just, and there are some times when I'm like, and then And I always say it's Emmy because it is always Emmy.
Oh, I believe it.
It is always Emmy. She calls me out all the time. So the next time, I may not want to say hi. So I'm like going another direction, and we've all been guilty of it. Don't call me out.
1000%.
We've all been guilty of it. And then she'll come up to me and be like, hey, I thought blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I get
it's not
it.
the time.
Yeah,
I don't need you to call me out right now.
We will talk when we get in the car.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, our kids are always watching, and we all know that.
Oh yeah.
But man, like, you don't know how hard they really watch until they're calling you out at dinner.
Oh yeah.
When you're trying to tell them to be better, and it's like, well, what happened that last time? And it's like, look, you can't always use the, well, I'm an adult, it's different.
Right.
You can't always do that.
No.
So I just try my best, and I know Manny does too, and you know, we fail a lot. But man, like, I just try my best to lead by example, and there's unofficial steps that I take, and first thing I have to do is I have to pray. Like, I have to make myself pray. And then sometimes I give myself time, and then I honestly, like, I am the type of person that I'm like, hey, I'll reach out and be like, let's talk about this. Like, let's be face to face and let's talk about this. I don't like texting. I don't even really like phone calls. Just let's be adults and sit down and figure this out.
Yeah.
But it needs to stay between us.
Yeah.
It just does. Like, why do things have to be spread around? They don't have to be. Let's get through this. If we're not friends after this, then that's okay too.
Yeah, at least we talked about it.
At least we talked about it, because there's always more than one perspective.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, when I started really thinking about that, I'm like, man, it changed me a lot. And in some situations, it shut me up really quick, because it's so easy to be like, man, I cannot believe she said that to you. How dare she?
Yeah.
And then it's like, it could be something as simple as like, man, she just had a really hard moment, and we came at her that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's just more than one perspective.
Oh yeah.
Every single time there is more than one perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that point, you just have to give grace where grace needs to be given.
Yeah.
But man, forgiveness is just huge. And no matter how hard it is, at least for your sake, for your heart,
yes,
like, forgive.
Yeah.
Just forgive.
Let it go.
Doesn't mean you have to go back.
No.
Doesn't mean you have to keep going down the road you were going down.
Nope.
Doesn't mean y'all have to be best friends. Does not mean things go back to normal.
No.
Just forgive them.
Yeah.
For your peace.
For your peace, for your health, for your family's health, and all of it. Just let it go. And if that means you have to get up every morning and speak the affirmations over yourself, and speak it until you believe it, until your mind and your heart come into agreement with it, and the Lord just takes it away.
Yeah. And you know, even being on the other side of it, even if I was the offender, you know, I'm not perfect. If I was an offender, forgiveness is a gift.
Yeah.
But I need to be woman enough to walk up to that person and say, hey, I am sorry. And then at that point, I have already given it to God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This person can either choose to gift me with that forgiveness or not.
Yeah.
But then at that point, that unforgiveness is on them.
That's on them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm sure I've done things. I'm sure my family's done things. I mean, I'm not going to say we have done them intentionally, but I'm not perfect. I'm not. And I am very quick to put up that wall real fast. And so it can come across a certain way. And I don't like confrontation. So there's not a whole lot of face-to-face conversations. But, you know, that's when it becomes dangerous. And I'll even say, like, I'm sitting here questioning, should I have said all the things? Because I'm the type of person that would listen to this and be like, she's talking about me. It's me. I did something. She's talking about me.
I remember that one time.
Yes. I must have walked past and didn't look at her and it was me. And so let me disclaim, I'm not speaking about any specific person in our life other than that one in East Texas. I'm just saying in general, this is how it can be. Please let me just clear that up. I ask for forgiveness in the midst of this podcast. Because I do most of the time, I'm just hyper focused on me and my family that I'm not even aware of what's happening around. And I don't do it intentionally. Mm-hmm. And so it is what it is. But yeah, forgiveness is it's just key.
It's important.
It's so important.
It is absolutely important. And come on, let's be real. Let's say that you live your life perfect. You live your life by the word. You pray every morning. You pray every night. You do all the right things. And then you get to heaven and Jesus is like, man, like, remember that one time?
Yeah, when he pulls open those drawers of all the things, I'm like, oh.
I'll forgive anybody all day long. I just don't want to get up there and it be like, well, you forgot to forgive that one lady for cutting you off.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, help us all. Don't get me started on road rage.
Yeah. I'll be in the car and I'm like, what are you doing? Jesus, forgive me.
Yes, I know. I'm like, it's not worth it,
it's
Jesus.
Not worth it.
It's not worth it. I'm sorry.
There's more than one perspective. She's on her way to work. I know. She's got somewhere she's got to be.
Jesus and I, we go round and round with that road rage. So you will never see me between watching my kid play baseball and me being in my car. Those two, very different versions of me. So I apologize. So I don't have stickers or anything on my car.
So no one knows it's you.
Except for the excursion. Everybody knows it's me.
May tells me that too. He's like, you need to be careful how you drive because you have our sticker in the back of your car. And I'm like, they'll understand. They've been there before.
Oh, don't you pretend like you haven't.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Well.
You want to pray us out?
I will. Whew. Jesus, we just thank you. First off, just thank you for today. We thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for these moments. And we thank you that you have grace and mercy when we mess up, when we speak too much, when we don't say enough, when we don't do what you've called us to do. We are so thankful that you forgive us day in and day out. And so I thank you that you walk with us and you talk with us if we will open our ears and we will be receptive to hear you when you say, it's not that big of a deal, let it go. Or they're having a really hard time. You don't know what they're going through right now. Let it go. This wasn't personal. This wasn't on you. And even if it was personal, it is not my job to call people out or to hold them accountable for the things that they do, because I know I have been just as guilty in those moments. So I just ask you to help us now. If we have something, a moment that we need to release and let go, help us to just do that. So we can be lighter, we can be happier, we can be filled with more joy, and let that joy spread instead of that yuck that comes with unforgiveness. I thank you for the people in my life. I thank you for my family. I thank you for health. But most of all, I just thank you that you died on the cross and shed your blood for me and asked God to forgive us because we don't know what we do from time to time. And so we just say thank you. I praise you for all that you are. And I just ask that you just be with everybody throughout this week and help them just to remember it's not worth holding on to. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And remember that you were created for such a time as this. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, leave comments if you have questions, if you need something for us to pray over. We would love to do that. And hopefully you'll join us again next week.